Good day, my beautiful people. Good day, good day. It's your girl here, Kira Renee. Listen, this is going to be a quick video because what I learned last night really opened my mind to some things. And I'm going to go based off of my notes. So don't mind me for looking down too much because I want to make sure that I'm saying this stuff right. So basically, as you see in the title, stop getting robbed by credit cards and student loans, right? Now, why would a person say that? Well, I say that because a lot of times they aim those credit cards basically towards college students. Because if you think about it, they're coming out of high school, they're going to college, and when their parents can't afford the college, they get the Sallie Mae and all of those things, which is a student loan. So now, because the student no longer is at home with their parents where they're provided for, cared for, and they're going to college, they can't really work like that. They have to rely on credit cards to afford things, to purchase things that they really cannot afford. But because guess what? They don't have a job, they have to use those credit cards and not realizing that the student loan is already going to be coming right behind the credit cards as debt. Because once they get out of college, they got to start working a job. Mind you, there's nothing wrong with working a job, but a W-2 gets taxed the highest percentage in the tax bracket. So how are they going to be able to pay that student loan back? And I know the parents say, we'll worry about that later. Well, guess what? Later equals interest. And that interest can be sky high by the time you finally do get to that later. Okay. Now I'm gonna go based off of this. Oh, okay, good. I'm gonna go based off of this because basically the banks are selling you a product just like a store. They're buying your loyalty. They're basically seeing how can they get you to sign two types of debt. One is revolving and one is an installment. Because the thing is, they already have a knowing that college students aren't gonna be working a job. And if they are working a job, they're doing what they got to do. But I'm sure there's still a credit card in there somewhat to supplement for what's being taken out of the check. Because again, W-2s are being taxed the highest. So, and I need you guys to remember that the interest you pay is interest is the penalty you pay for the things you cannot afford. Again, I'm going based off of my notes from last night. I want y'all to see this. So y'all know I'm not just making up stuff. And y'all can, do some research and go check it out. But anyway, interest is the penalty you pay for the things you cannot afford. And you're getting robbed with the credit cards because those have interest rates. And when you can't pay that little minimum balance and they tack on fees and you're unable to do that to make those payments, and what's going to happen? We got to pay attention to stuff like that. How he said it was way better than how I'm explaining it right now, Mr. Brian M. Bean. I wish I could have just wrote it down word for word, but hey, I'm still a student in this thing we call life. So, and y'all are students with me if you are interested in learning and educating yourself on how to do better with your money, how to learn how money works. Okay. So the thing is, we have to give our children a better head start. For some reason, we're leading them straight into debt because a lot of times we really don't know no better. And I mean, it's learned behavior, learned habits from parents, grandparents, from the time they put all this stuff into play. And it sounded good. And of course, they're going to sell you something shiny and new. So it's like, yeah, while they're in college, we'll go ahead and get them a credit card. And, let's get them a car before they go to college. And now you got a car loan. We forgot about that. After they just spent hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars for your graduation, money just, and I'm not saying don't do it. Especially if you got it like that, do what you do. You got it like that. But for the ones that are struggling, we're doing the best you can. I've been there, done that. So I get it wholeheartedly. It's like you want the best for your children and you think that these things are the best for your children when really it's causing them to go into the same cycle that you're in. Now they're out of college. Now they're working a job and they're not making enough. And they're still using credit cards to supplement for the loss in the paycheck. Then they also got car loans. They got to make their car note payments. And then you got your student loans. You got to pay that back. How is someone out of college going to get ahead with all of that? I'm just saying, saying it made me feel stressful. Just really stressful. I don't even know what else to say about it. But I know that it's time for us to start educating our children on better ways. And it's time for us to start educating ourselves so we can start doing what's right and what's better. Because once you know better, you do better, right? And we want to do that for our children so they can now take the baton and they can do the same thing for our grandchildren and so forth and so forth. And now it can become a generational of wealth type of thing because we done learned the rules of the wealthy in this money game. We're not still doing the systematic ways of getting money and having the same behavior with money, the same mindset with money. No, we're moving different now. We're not using credit cards to supplement for what we're losing. If anything, keep your job and get a home-based business so the job can fund, your business. And then your business, your home-based business, now you can take all the tax deductions, $475 if you want to know, for a home-based business. Use that to put the cash back into your household, right? And on top of that, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be no type of way. I just want to talk real to real. And if it's hurting some people's feelings to hear something like this, then I don't know what to tell you. So it just seems like we're putting our children in the same rat race that we're in, and no one is getting ahead, and everyone is ending up in debt, and everyone is working a job that they really don't want to work, or they're satisfied, and no one is living their legacy, nor are they leaving one. If anything, they're leaving debt. This is why it's important for you to start educating yourself, you guys. That's why I love my organization, man. I learned so much last night. I can't wait till tonight. Actually, you guys should probably plug in tonight at 9:25 on howtobuildmywealth.com. Because when I tell you that right there, how he broke it down, Mr. Bean, it was mind-blowing. I didn't even think about certain things like that. I didn't even realize that when us as the parents are thinking we're helping our children by doing the student loans and giving them credit cards, we're actually hurting their chance at having a strong financial future. So like I said, this wasn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to share that little piece of and I hope this kind of helps somebody, because I you know what, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I gotta go and get ready. And until next time, you guys, y'all be safe. Peace. Y'all have a good night.